We see the rebuilding of Gaza as a political act.
So many fellow Jews are so unfortunately blinded and completely misled.
This genocide was always a US genocide as much as it was an Israeli genocide.
Everyone is starting to see Israel for what it truly is.
We are in the middle of Trafalgar Square. It is the evening of Thursday, 16th of January. And as we can see, huge crowds have poured into the square to commemorate all of the Palestinians killed in Israel's war on Gaza after a ceasefire was declared on Wednesday evening.
I'm Janine and I'm with the Palestinian Youth Movement.
And Janine, where are you from?
I'm Palestinian and I live here in London.
And how did you feel, Janine, when you saw the news about the ceasefire on Wednesday evening?
Of course, we felt relief. We also felt that this is just the beginning. We're about to enter a new phase of the struggle. We know that this government here in the US might attempt to put funding towards rebuilding Gaza, but we know that actually they can't whitewash their war crimes by trying to rebuild Gaza. We know that after the second Intifada, the Jenin camp was rebuilt, but it was rebuilt by the Gulf states, which widened the roads so that Israeli tanks could pass through the roads of Jenin camp. And so we know that we want to rebuild Gaza in a way that is determined by the people of Gaza. We want the people of Gaza to be able to determine what the day after looks like. And so we have a responsibility to make sure that happens.
So you're saying, oppression was almost built into the reconstruction of these places historically, and you don't want that to happen anymore.
Yeah, and we see the rebuilding of Gaza as a political act. We see fundraising, we see humanitarian aid as a political act. We need to continue isolating Zionism on a global scale. It has become untenable to be Zionist and to support Zionism. And everyone is starting to see the Zionist entity of Israel for what it truly is.
My name is Rabbi Yaakov Wise from North London.
And what's brought you out here tonight?
We feel it's our Jewish obligation to stand out for Palestine. We want the world to realize the true cause of the problem, the ongoing occupation, the refugees. This could have been avoided. We have to be honest, this is not terrorism. This is occupation. This is something which people are suffering on decades and decades in the West Bank and everywhere. And for us Jews, we are telling the world, you are not doing any favor to support this blind support for Israel, this supporting this occupation, this ignoring the root cause of the problem.
You said it was your obligation to do that. Why do you feel it's so important for you to speak out?
Because unfortunately, Zionism is Israel speaking our name. So many fellow Jews are so unfortunately blinded and completely misled, and even unfortunately support Zionism, support Israel, and we feel our obligation to stand up for justice.
Hi, marhaba. I'm Masa. I'm with the Palestinian Youth Movement.
What brought you out here tonight?
We're relieved because the people in Gaza are relieved. So their relief is our relief. Their joy is our joy. And we wanted to be out on the streets with our people and with our community.
A lot of people kind of saw a new kind of pressure in bringing Israel to the table this time, for which they kind of credited Trump to all surprise. Do you think that's true?
We credit the steadfastness of people in Gaza who have been refused to be ethnically cleansed, to be moved off their land, who have paid the ultimate price and sacrificed everything that they have for our struggle to continue, for Gaza to be liberated and for the occupier to be expelled from our land. But at the same time, of course, what the agreement shows is that the US did have the capability over the past 15 months to halt the genocide, right? The US intentionally blocked a ceasefire agreement. It, in fact, vetoed it at the UN Security Council multiple times when every other international actor in the room didn't veto it.
Hi, what's your name?
Daniele Pollicino.
Now, Daniele, that doesn't sound like an Arab name to me, but correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm from Sicily. I've been here in London for the past 4 or 5 years.
As a young man from Sicily, what drew you to the Palestinian cause?
Here in London, I have many people that come from the Middle East and that helped me understand more of the conflict and the war on Gaza over the past 15 months. And I think I was surprised to see how blind I was before. And over the past 15 months, I learned a lot. I was blind before because I didn't understand the gravity of what has happened over the past 100 years. And even just thinking of Edward Said and Orientalism, the fact that how much of the Western mentality has always been manipulated, I feel, because I was blind, but I was also manipulated, not to see things that occur every single day. What the Palestinians have suffered over the past 100 years is a starting point.
My name is Norwin. I'm here as a member of Anik Bayan UK. It's the largest comprehensive political organization for Filipino youth struggling against the conditions of imperialism imposed in the Philippines.
So what's brought you to a Palestinian solidarity rally?
the struggles that the Filipinos are facing in the Philippines are interlinked with the struggles of the Palestinians because we share the same oppressor.
A lot of people are saying the fact that there even is this ceasefire is because there's going to be a change in U.S. government.
It's the same ceasefire deal that was offered months ago. It hasn't changed. What has changed is this understanding that the Zionist entity cannot achieve any of their strategic aims within Palestine.
What about the UK government? What do you want them to do?
I would like them to stop launching spy planes from Cyprus, the RAF base there, to Palestine each day since Starmer took his prime ministership.